Hi friends, it's Kristen, and for today's video I'm going to go over the makeup I tried in July. I just hadn't gotten around to filming yet. I know we're like mid-August, but if you know me, if you've been here before, you know that we do things kind of on our own schedule when we get around to it. So here's my little bucket. And we'll just go ahead and get started. I have this little loose shadow from Psych Minerals. I use this, I think I used it with the Dragon palette that I got from Sugar Drizzle in our Ice Cream Beauty box, I think. It was nice. Nice little single shadow. Next up we have this Rare Beauty bronzing contour stick. I really liked it. Nice, cool tone, blends out nicely. I really like it. I really like my Revolution bronzer, like how it looks, but I found using a stick is just a little bit easier for me. Sometimes when I use this, I overdo it a little bit and then I have bronzer everywhere. So if I could get that in a stick form, that would be great, but this is really good. Next up we have, this is Alovi. This is a foundation I got in my Ipsy. First time I did it, I used it alone. Hated it. It was like super thick, very, very pale, even for me. And it was just like patchy and didn't blend out well. Did not like it. I have been mixing it with this Say like bronzing drop thing, and it's actually very beautiful together. This warms it up so it's a good shade for me. It thins it out, and something about the consistency together makes this not patchy. It's actually really, really nice together. But I just have to be careful because it's kind of, you gotta use a certain amount of each. And if you don't, then it might be too light, it might be way too thin. Just kind of have to be careful. For that reason, I would probably never, I'll finish this up, probably. It's actually still quite a bit left in there. And I've used it quite a few times. So as long as I have that, I will finish this. If I finish that before I finish this, I don't know if I will keep it. Because I haven't found any, because I've mixed it with like some other foundations and stuff, and it just isn't working in that way. That seems to be the only way I can get it to work. So almost a complete fail, but now only like half a fail. We have this Define-A-Lash mascara from Maybelline. This is really nice, a really nice drugstore mascara. My husband bought it for me in like a Mother's Day basket from the dogs. So the dogs bought it. But actually it is a very nice mascara. So, and then from Lucky Chick, we've got this stick blush here. This was fine. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It was good. And then we have this Pixie Radiance Perfector. So it's kind of like a pinky toned, like glowy face primer. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it because like glowy stuff being set down doesn't always work great for me, but this was actually really nice under foundation, so I'm happy I tried it out. Next up we got from Wet n Wild. I think it might be leaking. But this is a lip gloss. It's one of the Sesame Street collections. If you are a Dollar Tree follower, you know, we all went crazy. They found the Sesame Street collection at Dollar Tree. I found some of the stuff. This and I got the brushes. I think that's the only thing I picked up. Never saw the palette. Saw most of the lip stuff except for the lip mask. Saw the like body glitters. I don't think I ever saw the eyelash curler. Saw the mirror, I think. Not sure on the mirror. And then the brushes. So I didn't see the whole collection. We don't always tend to get like the coolest stuff because we're in the middle of nowhere. But I got this and it's nice. It's really glittery, but it doesn't translate to glitter on the lips. It just looks shiny and you don't feel that glittery grease. And I have this highlighter. I bought it off of Temu. I didn't like it. It was pretty chunky, didn't show up very well. So I'm going to declutter this. And this highlighter from AOA, it showed up, but it was also pretty chunky. Not bad. I can make it work, but I also feel like I have this kind of highlighter a million times over in a nicer formula. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that as well. And then we got a NYX Butter Melt Blush. This was really pretty, very soft, very buttery, as the name would apply. Really like it. I will probably get more maybe sometime, even though I have 5 million blushes. I liked it. The Makeup by Mario blush. This is really nice as well. The only thing I will say, it's pretty creamy, kind of wet. It doesn't set necessarily completely. Definitely use powder, either like a setting powder or like another blush over it, or else it'll probably, especially if you're oily like I am, it'll probably kind of smear. So okay, as long as you use those things. If you're oily, if you have more drier skin, you might not need those caveats. And then I got this lipstick from Colored Rain. It was perfectly fine. And another liquid blush. This is from Juvia's Place. This is one of the, I forget what they call it, but it's like the shiny blush. I really liked it. There's black stuff everywhere. Why is there black stuff? Anyway, I really liked it. It had a nice glow without being like super shiny, like wet, but not like drenched, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. It just had a nice shine to it instead of like an oily shine, I guess. These lights, I tell you. One of these days, every time I think I figured my lights out, I move my ring light or something like a centimeter, and it's not having it. Next up, this Buxom blush. This is an Ibiza. I got this at Marshall's. I've watched some videos where people go shopping at like TJ Maxx, Marshall's. A lot of people said they were really good, so it was kind of spendy. It was $12.99, which is kind of a lot for Marshall's. But I decided to pick it up because, FOMO, and had good reviews. It was fine. I wasn't in love with it. I'm glad I tried it out, but I probably wouldn't have dropped $12.99 on it. Next up, this is from NYX. It's the Sweet Cheek blush. This was okay. It took a little work to blend out, but it did blend out okay. Not patchy, very pigmented. Just use a little bit if you have it. And then Catrice Under Eye Brightener. This is kind of help get those dark circles under your eyes that have seemed to become more prominent in my life. This, I liked it as long as I was very mindful of how much I put on. I had to be very conservative, put very little on. If I put too much on, it just made my under eyes too bright, or it just looked like I cried oily tears. It was just too shiny if I used a lot. So I just have to remind myself to be careful. And I don't know why it's so hard to remember, but I can always add more if I need to. I don't need to start out going ham. So there's that. Just a few more things. Got this lip liner from Beauty for Real. I liked it quite a bit. Sometimes with these, the ones that are more like gel-like, I have found that I like the wooden ones quite more. They're a little, in general, because I want it to go in creamy. I don't want to be tugging on my lips, but I don't want to be so creamy where it just moves around. So sometimes with like a more softer consistency, creamy consistency that happens, this actually stayed really well. I was pretty impressed with it. And then from Charmacy, we have this little liquid shadow. For these, a lot of the times, because I have very oily eyelids and they're very creased, they're hooded. So with things like this, what works best for me is not to apply it directly. It's just take a little bit, either on a brush, or usually I use my finger, and just kind of like tap it on. Just use very little. And stuff like this, you don't need a whole lot to get a good impact. So that's how I use it. I see some people just swipe it on and it looks beautiful, it stays. But anyway, that's how I used it, and it worked really well. It was super pretty. It really, like, my eye look was already nice, I thought. I can't remember what exactly I used it with, but I think this just gave it a little extra sparkle, a little extra something special. So I was really happy with that. And then last up, we have this lip gloss from Mystic Beauty House. So I got this in Pandora's box, RIP. This is really nice. It felt really nice. My only complaint is it has a brush tip, which isn't my favorite, but it's very dense. So it didn't like split up, if that makes sense. Like the little follicles, tentacles didn't, separate where it kind of got everywhere and got messy. They're very dense and cohesive, so it's kind of like just using a really small doe foot. But I really like the consistency, and it's light blue, and it did give like maybe a hint of that light blue, but it was just kind of like shiny topper. It was actually very pretty. So I was surprised liking that, because I wasn't sure, especially with just the application, but it was really nice. All right, it's empty. Kind of gross, so I will clean it. So yeah, that is my, or not my empties, my new to me makeup that I tried in July. Some hits, some misses, just like always, some okays. So, but nothing horribly bad, except for like that one foundation. If I just use it alone, it is not good. So if you happen to get that foundation in your Ipsy and you have the same problems, I suggest getting like some bronzing drops. Maybe if you have, like, I wouldn't go out and buy something special to use it if you have other foundations to use. But if you have those problems, that might be a way to help utilize that product. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, send your friends. We have fun here. We got fun too. Alright guys, hopefully I'll see you soon.